Hi folks, welcome back for part 2. I've had a little gap, so I hope that I've got angles and things not too disorienting for you. I've taken the charm off just to make the filming I found a bit easier. And I believe I was on this page and telling you that I had washed my coffee pages. Just in case my family didn't think I was mad enough at the moment. I'm now washing paper. So all I did was put this, had already baked and pressed it, which I always do with my paper. So then I put it in a bath of cold water just for about 20 minutes or so, and it had very little effect on the colouring, so that was cool because it's already kind of stained the paper, and now there is no smell at all. So if you're one of these people who don't like the coffee smell on paper, then you can wash it, and it had no harmful effects that I can tell. So that's that. So I did press it again afterwards. So, okay, so here we are, and I noticed in the playback of the first part of this video that you could hear the bird song, which is really lovely. I didn't think that you'd be able to hear it from here, but it's an extra bonus. So here's one of the scrapbook paper envelopes. Here's some notes that he has made about places that, a place that he has stayed and been invited back. Little scrap of receipt. And then this is another of the drawings that I did for my story. So again, I have drawn this directly onto your paper, so it's an original drawing. And I've used pen and ink again, and you can see that there's absolutely no bleed through on this lovely thick paper, even though I was using a wet ink. So this is probably one of my favourite mediums, pen and ink, so I use a dipping pen. I like how this picture came out. I hope that you like it. So this was the heroine of the story. She was an unwanted princess, daughter of a concubine, and it's how they fall in love. So she's looking at her little birdie pet here. So that's that one. This is the sort of journal that I would have for myself. I'm not a big fan of pockets and flaps and envelopes, and I don't journal very much at all, but I do write lots and lots of notes all the time, and I write down if I have an idea. There's a little leaf transfer here. If I have an idea, I need to write it in great detail because my memory is horrendous, so I am writing all day. I forgot to mention that I have left these Chinese pages in which are printed, but I felt that they looked hand-drawn enough, you know, to because they are very, very old, this Chinese work. So I've left that in. I really like how this staining came out. I think that might be my new fun thing, inking papers, you guys, so I might be doing a lot more of that. And these Indian trims are so pretty and gorgeous. I've drawn some cherry blossom here. This is colouring pencil. Another sketch from the story, and just some notes about what he was doing. This is, I've drawn this again. This was one of the graphics that I had found originally from the Graphics Fairy. It was a colour print, but I really liked it, so I've just copied from the graphic and drawn it on there for you. And then here is another of these photographs. This is a little boy from Siam. So it's a really pretty photo. So this is of course just been tucked in later on by somebody who has acquired the journal. These trims are really amazing. So there's 9 signatures in this book, and I've used one of these large fabric tabs for each signature. So there's 9 of those, and then various smaller ones as well for the tying on of the beads and such. And that's the other scrapbook envelope. I love these pinks and greens together. Very kind of jewel-like colours, this purpley plum colour. These were some fabric dyes that I used. More of that wallpaper, embossed wallpaper prints. And this is the other oil painting, so this was something that I was working on for my story. It's done in oils, so this of course and the other one are printed from the computer. Also a good way to get around copyrights, I found. Use your own work. Here's Sagita's little bead. I only found out recently that, sorry, I'm right on the edge of the camera there, that turquoise means Turkish, which I thought was quite cool. I never knew that from the French, apparently, when they were trading turquoise. This was an embroidered cloth, very beautifully embroidered, that I found in a charity shop. It was, I've cut it from a larger piece, but so neat and lovely quality of stitching. So I was really pleased to find that, with these kind of Chinese designs on there. So that's a little tip-in. Made a little envelope with some scraps. And I did actually make my own paper clips. Yes, I'm going madder and madder, I think. I made my own paper clip because I thought, well, where's he going to get paper clips from in the 15th century? So I made one, and then I thought, no, this is just too crazy. Because then I started thinking, well, where's he going to get the copper wire from anyway? So I took it out, and I've buried it. So I decided, let's not be too silly, and I did actually use a real paper clip. But of course, that could again be added later, couldn't it? This was a little template. This really nice little idea. My friend Liz sent me this beautiful card. I think that she knew I had this brewing in my mind, with this lovely kind of, it reminds me of Moroccan designs. And it's just, I don't want to show you the message, but it's just 2 pieces like that. So I've used that as a template. for doing the same thing really. So it has this lovely petal kind of design. Thank you, Liz, for that lovely card. It sits hanging above my desk where I can enjoy it all the time. And that is the end of this book. So there's a peacock feather for his quill, some more leaf transfer here, and I'm just going to leave that out here so that I can show you the binding. So the binding I've done like this, and once again I wanted a nice tight book, so I have left just a small amount of space between the signatures, and what you may have noticed is that there is a gap that you can see like this. Your book will not fall apart, it is very strong, so don't worry about this. This is to accommodate bits that you may want to put into your book, so that you know, if you want to stick a few journaling cards, that's fine, of course. Every time you add something to a page that's not bound into the spine itself, there's a compromise of space, so that if I put embellishments, or if I put an envelope inside, or stick a paper clip to the edge of a page, it's taking space away. So I did this as a kind of compromise. I've put these together as tightly as possible in order to get this kind of spine. You'll see with a nice slightly curved on this occasion, with the hinges and the heading tape, and this is hollow inside here. So that's why you get the slight gap between the signatures, so it's nothing to worry about, but that does just accommodate a little bit the extra bits that we want to put in because we're junk journalers. So if these weren't here, you could make a very tight book indeed, but that's not what we're about. So what else did I need to tell you? Yes, the charms. I haven't shown you the charms properly. You've probably seen a few of them going through the book. So these are all the little trinkets that he wants to take back and make deals on, and some of them are gifts for his true love. These are little, I think that these are belly dancing beads that I've taken from some broken jewellery. So kind of a Tibetan style beads. Some more turquoise. That's that other little one. There's a little freshwater pearl, a black pearl, a little one on a chain. This one is a little strawberry. Sorry again about all the ink on my fingers this week. I made this some time ago as part of another project, and this is the cherry coloured silk from the sewing journal, which I'm very annoyed that I've lost my reel of it. So when I did that sewing journal, I had to cut the piece off here, off this little strand where I'd done a couple of these beads. But it's made of beads, hope you can see that, and it's done in crochet. This is a Turkish technique called Oya, O-Y-A, if you wanted to look it up, and I'm a huge amateur at it. This is the only thing that I've done, but I would love to learn more to do that. But there are some really incredible designs that they do with, it's called needle crochet, which they do, you can do with a sewing needle, or this kind, which is bead crochet. So worth looking up for something to look at. I'm not actually Turkish, by the way, in case you're wondering, but I was born there. My mother was there at the time. There's another Chinese bell, and that's a lovely glass bead. and there's a Turkish teapot, and there's a camel there somewhere that I think you've seen, got tucked in here. Here is a little globe with this lovely green patina that spins as well, and then a seashell, this ivory elephant on a leather string, this Chinese coin. That's the bookmark that's attached to your book, and I've also made this monkey fist bookmark with orange leather, and that just, you can actually take that out and use it somewhere else if you want, so that just tucks over the top of your book. And let me just pause and see if there's anything I've forgotten. Okay, so the strawberry, actually, I forgot to mention, was significant to the children's book that I had written, so one day I may tell you more about that, so you'll see the significance of this. And the other thing was the smell is divine. Have a sniff. I have been rubbing the fabric with cloves, and also I'll just put the charm back. I've used some essential oils and put them onto the nutmeg here, so I've used oil of cloves. You've got the star anise here, which is an incredibly strong, beautiful smell, and I've used what was the other thing? Oh, bergamot oil, which is the Earl Grey, the citrus, and a couple of others, cedarwood and sandalwood, I think, and it smells divine. So that's that, and also there is 95 pages, so a lot of journaling space, so that doesn't count the envelopes. So 95 pages, so that gives you almost 200 sides to write on. So that was that, and that's it, I think. Thank you, everyone. I will... it's taking a long time to upload these videos, I don't know why, so I'll give everyone a chance to watch the video, and I will do the listing at 6 PM British time, which for the States probably means it'll be like mid-afternoon. I think most of you are about 4 or 5 hours behind, depending on whether we're in British summertime or not. I have no idea if we are. Ask any English person to explain British summertime to you and they won't be able to. I'm sure. None of us know what we're doing. So that's that. I hope you have enjoyed watching this book, everyone. I have certainly enjoyed sharing it with you, and thank you for sitting through my video, and for your lovely kind support, and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone.